Hey guys, Laura Williams here. I'm going to let people kind of trickle in for a couple seconds before we get going. I want to welcome you to the official start of the Girls Gone Sporty workout series, and this is going to be a little bit different than some of the other workouts that we'll be doing down the line. But one of the things that I hear a lot of from people who see me at the gym or see me just out and about when I'm out working out is they see me jumping rope and they say things like, "Oh my gosh, you're so good at that. How'd you get so good? You know, I wish I could do that. I'm terrible at jump rope. I know it's supposed to be good for you, but," you know, and the list goes on. And so one of the things that I wanted to kind of tell those people and tell you guys is that jump rope is just practice. All it takes is practice. It takes some coordination, but that comes as you practice. So what this series is going to be is I'm going to be giving you kind of the basic step-by-step tutorials to get started with jump rope so you can add it as a fitness routine. So generally now when I do a jump rope workout, I focus on Tabatas, I focus on high intensity training, and typically my workouts last anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes, just kind of depending on what's going on. These will not be 25 to 45-minute workouts. So this is the basics. Today is day one. I'll be back tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day, providing you with steps to kind of build up your ability to jump rope. Now, I will be watching the comments kind of as they come in, as long as I'm talking. But if for some reason, if I'm demonstrating, I'm obviously not going to be able to do both. So just keep that in mind. I will respond if it's an appropriate comment or an appropriate question. And then, you know, I just want to remind you to please follow the Girls Gone Sporty Periscope page, and do be sure to share it with your friends if you feel like what you're doing is, or what I'm doing is actually helping. So you can swipe right on iOS to share with your friends, or I believe it's swipe up or down on Android to share with your friends as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I know that people are kind of, I see a question about double unders. That is something that we can kind of work up to towards the end. We're starting basics today. So just your basic jump, you know, getting going. I know truly that's something that a lot of people have trouble with, is just getting the coordination to build up to multiple jumps in a row. So that's where we're starting. I've got a couple different levels for you guys depending on what's going on in your life, in your world, and your experience level. So if you are hoping for some of those more high intensity, tougher exercises, we'll be adding them as the series goes on. So just kind of check back, see how we're doing, see where we're going, and that's what's gonna happen. Okay, so a couple just basic jump rope tips before we get started. Ladies, if you're not used to jumping exercises, I'd highly recommend you take a bathroom break before you get going. I know that's, you know, uncouth to talk about, but it's not unusual for even the best of, you know, pelvic floor Kegel doers to have trouble with jump rope. So do take a quick bathroom break. Also, I would suggest that you start with not a speed rope and not a real heavy rope, but something kind of fitness level in the middle, just to get you going. This is one of my cross rope jump ropes. You can use whatever jump rope you have on hand, but I would suggest something with a little bit of weight in it, not necessarily weighted handles, but a little bit of weight in the rope itself, so that you're not, you know, dealing with a rope that wants to go too fast or one that's too heavy for you to spin. Let's see. Also, if you're not used to storing jump ropes, hang them from the handles so the cord doesn't kink, okay? Don't hang it up like this if you hang your jump ropes, because that'll lead to a kink and that'll be a disaster in the long run. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, this is basic. This is beginner. If you're not used to jumping rope, then we're gonna start at level 1 or even level 0. So all I'm gonna say is, for those of you who are like, I can't even get through 2 quick jumps, that's okay. Your goal for today is to get 50 total jumps. They don't have to be in a row. So your goal is 50 total jumps. And if you need to do one jump at a time, that's all you need to do. If you're like, Laura, that is so easy, I can do that, I just can't do multiple jumps, okay? Well, then your goal is to hit 50 jumps in increments of 10. So you have to hit 10 jumps in a row for it to be able to count. So jump 10 times. If you jump 7 times and trip, then that series doesn't count. So you have to do 10 in a row to be able to count it towards your 50. If you're like, Laura, 10 is nothing, I can do 10. I just start tripping up around, 15. Okay, well, here's your goal. Get to 150 total jumps, but in increments of 25. So you have to hit 25 total jumps in a row for it to count towards your 150 jumps. So all in all, this workout is not going to take very long. 5-10 minutes, just kind of depending on where you're at and how you do, and how many times you trip up. But again, basic level, you're trying to get to 50 total jumps. If you trip on a jump, that one doesn't count, so you have to have at least one jump at a time. So you're trying to hit 50. If that's easy, then you're trying to hit 50 in increments of 10. So you have to hit 10 for it to work. And if that's easy, you're trying to get to 150 in increments of 25. So I'm just going to kind of demonstrate what that's going to look like. So pretty basic and simple. You're doing a basic skip, all right? So if all you can do is one, all you're trying to do is master that one super simple hop. You're not coming up much off the ground. So if I see you doing this thing, I can't even get through that. That's going to be wasting too much energy, expending too much energy. You just want basic hop. All right? If you're like, simple, I got the hop down. Okay, then you need to start adding to it, right? So again, do as many as you can. And if you trip, then you start over. Again. The goal, and I'm right on the edge here, so I'm going to back a little further. The goal is to be able to do as many as you can without tripping, just with these little baby hops. You're trying to get to 50. And you can do them all in a row like this, or you can break them up. One of the things you might realize is that you can't go that fast, right? So you're having a hard time spinning the rope that quickly. That's fine. You go at your own pace, but one thing I don't want to see is the double hop between skips, okay? You want to try to build up to the point where you can use this as true cardio. So the goal is to make sure for every turn of the rope, you have one jump. So turn of the rope, turn of the rope, turn of the rope, and you're hopping once per rope spin. So that's all I got for you today. You go do your workout. And again, if you feel like you got something out of this, if you feel like your friends would benefit, like they want to become jump ropers with you, by all means, please go ahead and share it with them. Every day that I will be doing this, I will be adding on. So it will become more challenging with time. Today was basic, but we'll be back to see you soon. I really appreciate a follow and a share if you don't mind. Thanks so much.